Yep, I have been working. While my coworkers, you know, try to get their holidays and their vacations in. I'm the guy that just kind of gets pulled into going to work and covering for them while they're out. But I will get comp time. My comp time is not always guaranteed. You know how promises are. Cover for me so I can go on vacation. I promise you'll get your comp time. You know, 3 weeks later, they've totally forgot about that. So I'll have to document it. I have to force the issue. And how do I force the issue? The next time they come around and say, hey, work for me, I say, no. Nope, not gonna do it. No. I've tried that a few times. It worked. It really did. It took a few times of me doing that to get them to realize that, when they asked me, to step in and help them out, that they're going to have to return the favor. They're going to have to step in and help me out. I had one guy, he wanted to go to New York, be with family, right? And he's like, hey, you work for me. And I said, well, if you want me to work for you, then you're going to have to work for me, right? You cover a few of my days, and I'll cover a few of your days, an even trade. He's like, what? That messes with my schedule. I'm like, yeah, of course. It messes with my schedule too. But anyway, we worked it out. So he's going to work a few days for me, and I'm going to work a few days for him. Even trade. None of this going back and forth and trying to regain my workers' comp, or not workers' comp, but my comp time, where they compensate me for the extra time that I put in. And the reason they give me comp time is because they say overtime is not authorized. See, there's a catch there. You work extra. Work extra for me, Donnie. Work extra for me. And, of course, overtime's not authorized. So any extra time I put in is not authorized and will not show up on my paycheck. No monetary compensation whatsoever. So it has to work out evenly. When they want me to cover for them, they need to cover for me, right? They want me to work their holiday weekend, they need to work for me. Even trade. Even though it never really turns out even, because if the overtime was authorized, not only would I get overtime pay, but I would get holiday pay as well. So it's never even. It's never an even deal, ever. And I always feel like I am a team player. I try to be a team player. I'm always a team player. But I feel like others always try to take advantage of me. Always. I had one guy yell at me. He says, but I've got a family. And I looked at him, I said, asshole, we've all got families, right? All of us. We all have families of some sort, right? We all would like to spend time with our families. But he was mad because he was like, I've got a family. Like, you know what? I do too. You know, we all have friends, we all have family members. They may not, we may not all have immediate, family members, but we do have extended family members, right? That we might want to visit, spend time with our friends, our families, our pets. Just have our time, our personal time, and not be pulled into something and abused by some jerk that thinks he's the only one in the world that has anything to do with a family, right? But anyway, that's what I've been up against lately. I've been up against all kinds of stuff like that. And I've got to get busy. I've got projects I need to work on at home, over at the old farmhouse, over at the third floor in the other building we have. I got cars to fix. I got trucks to fix. I got chicken coop to work on. I need to build a whole new chicken coop out back behind the project tree. I've got all kinds of stuff I need to do, but I feel like I've been lackadaisical, I guess you could say. Anyway, this cold weather is just, it makes me just want to sit inside and snuggle up and take a nap. And that's how I feel all the time now. I need to break out of that. I need to throw my long johns on and my wool socks and get out there and just get busy. Get those projects done. So, I need to grab my Steno notebook and sit here and think about that and think about what I need to do and find me a project to focus on, the most important project, the one that makes the most financial sense, and the one that needs the most attention immediately. So I need to sit and do that. I think I see turkeys out there. Sometimes it's hard to tell because they're slightly camouflaged. But I did see movement and it looked like a turkey. It looked like two turkeys. Anyway, I gotta get busy.